Hello, welcome to my channel, Sea Infinity. In this video, I just wanted to kind of just like briefly discuss like the Gnostic Gospels of like Jesus and like Mary Magdalene and and what have you. Personally, I myself haven't like really read the Bible or anything like that. I like briefly read some of the highlighted parts of things Jesus have said, but otherwise I haven't really delved too much into it. But if you are like interested in like the sort of things that Jesus was like saying or talking about or things like that, I've personally found like reading like the Gnostic more style like Gospels and stuff of things that like he and others like kind of like wrote and shared and what have you, to be like really interesting and really cool. And even like some parts that because of some of like the languages or kind of like coded wording and stuff that they use can be sometimes a little bit discombobulating for my brain to be like, hang on, what's being said here. But I feel like even in some instances it can also just like trigger so many like good downloads, and almost just like, even if your human brain isn't fully understanding, it's almost like your soul is, or like your soul like remembers, or it like triggers little things for your soul as well. But yeah, like, so I found them really, interesting to read. So I thought I'd just, put that out there and share. I guess if you're interested at all as well, like the books like I read, like this is the Gnostic Gospels of Jesus is, the one I've read, which was, really awesome. As it says, it's a definitive collection of mystical gospels and secret books about Jesus. So it really has some like interesting, texts and stuff in there that you don't like, read about in the Bible, or like that, haven't been so like commonly dispersed through like mainstream religion ideas and what have you. And really gives that more like mystical kind of side and in look into like some of the messages and stuff that Jesus had to share that I just find really interesting. And then I also like read the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, or Mary Magdalene, however you like to pronounce it, that I also like found really awesome and really interesting, because she was such a powerful feminine figure of the time that has just been like so brazenly just like washed away from history, at least from like our general like collective mainstream history and ideas of religion. And she was such a powerful and influential and like important feminine figure of like of the time, and just for humanity in general. So reading those sort of things are just so interesting, and just really cool and good to know these little tidbits on these sort of awakening journeys. I feel like it, as I was saying, can really help just kind of spark little downloads, or like help put some little puzzles and things together that you just may not have been thinking to find. So yeah, I thought I'd just share that in case anyone's interested and wants to check out the Gnostic Gospels. I definitely recommend. Alright, I'll leave this video here now, sending you so much peace, love, light and blessings as always.